What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I have the beautiful and talented Mary Phillips here. She is the artist behind some of the most beautiful faces in Hollywood. You're amazing.
Thank you.
She did my makeup. I feel like Chrissy Teigen already.
Oh, I had so much fun working on this beautiful face and so much fun with you.
A lot of the times the photos that you guys send in are looks that Mary has done.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
It's so great that she's here today to create one of those dewy, fresh, glowy looks that you guys so often request. And we're gonna be doing a day to night transition. We're also gonna be answering some of your questions at the end of this video, so don't click out, keep on watching. Check out this before. Mary, take it away.
Okay, so first I'm gonna prep your skin, and I'm gonna start with the treatment lotion from La Mer. This stuff's amazing. It really just gives the skin like a big drink of water. So I always like to just rub it in my fingers and push it into the skin. Next, I'm gonna use the Revitalizing Hydrating Serum. This serum's amazing, especially when you're feeling dry, just like instantly.
Just with that first one, my skin already feels really good.
Oh, I know. You'll be glowing like just after the skincare.
I've noticed that whenever celebrity makeup artists do makeup, the client's skin is always so glowy before they even start makeup.
Yeah.
So it's all about skincare.
It is. It's so important to have like a good canvas before you start. I mean, makeup can only do so much, but it's about the hydration of the skin as to what your makeup is going to look like. This is probably my favorite product, the Creme de la Mer.
I always say that's the one moisturizer if your skin is irritated, maybe you like over exfoliated,
Whatever.
when you shave the stash and you accidentally get a little razor burn. It's the one moisturizer that always works.
You always want to put a little bit in your hands and rub it until it's clear. You know,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you'll end up using so much product if you don't warm it up in your fingers. It like activates the product, and this all has the miracle broth in it. Every product from La Mer does, the foundation, the concealers, so everything is giving your skin a treatment.
That's such a good tip about warming it up, because I usually grab like way too much.
Yeah, and just put it.
Because to me it's so satisfying, but it is, you know, a waste of product if you're slathering on so much of it.
Yeah, now I'm going to use the La Mer Eye Concentrate. It really does like help prep, you know, for the concealer and your concealer drying out. Okay, now we're all nice and prepped.
Feeling like J-Lo already.
I'm gonna put a little bit of orange color corrector underneath your eyes. You do?
It just makes such a huge difference.
It does.
With brightening.
It looks, like, nice and warm. I mean, just that like makes such a big difference.
I feel alive again, alive and well.
And I'm gonna use the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate in Intensity 1. I always like to go right under the cheekbone, just kind of make a line. I also always go like all the way around the hairline.
So you're also contouring before foundation.
Yes, I always contour before foundation.
Tips on tips on tips, guys. I'm learning a lot here already.
Oh, good. And I always like to go a little behind the ear and down the neck a little bit, under the jaw. You have a really good jawline and cheekbones, but I'm just showing.
Does it remind you of Salma Hayek?
Yes, you do look like Salma.
You guys always comment that I look like Selma, and she does Selma's makeup, so
yes.
Had to ask her.
Yeah, I always like to do contour underneath because to me it's kind of like creating the bone structure a little bit under the foundation, and like then the foundation's kind of like laying the skin on top of the bones. So now I'm gonna put a little bit of a paler cream, just kind of like in the center of the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, and just I always kind of like to do a little bit right around this area. And just a little bit under here, sometimes on the corners of the mouth. And then I love to take just like a brush and now just kind of soften everything, just so I don't really have any hard lines. And I'll go back in and do this again after I put like a coat of foundation on. I'm gonna use the La Mer. This is actually their powder brush. I just love it because this brush, like it blends everything together.
I always use this brush at the very end of my makeup when I have like all the makeup done. I lightly buff across the whole face to make everything look really like soft.
It's very important to get the ears. Ears will always photograph more pink.
Yeah, I agree.
Or a different color. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna contour a little bit more in certain areas.
It feels so dewy and fresh.
Fresh is like my favorite word when people are like, how would you like makeup to look? And now I'm gonna take a little bit of a darker shade of foundation. This is the Honey, the La Mer Soft Fluid Foundation. I love this foundation because you can keep layering it. You know, you'll get a fuller coverage, but it won't get cakey, and it lasts all day.
I do feel that way about like foundations with a lighter texture like this, how it's very lightweight and breathable. I feel like they just wear way better all day long.
I personally don't love a too matte of a foundation just because I just like it how it stays like really hydrated. I would rather look like hydrated than dry. I used to always read this quote when I would like read magazines when I was younger, that Pat McGrath's mom would tell her to do her makeup then take a bath.
Oh yeah,
So,
I've
like,
heard of
the
people
heat-
doing
yeah.
that, yeah.
And I always loved that tip. I was like, I love that because I've done that before. Like I've run home from work and I still have makeup on, but I'll jump in the tub.
Yeah.
And like the heat like somehow just like kind of, you know.
I've actually seen makeup artists too who have steamers in their kit. They'll steam your skin before, but then they'll like kind of do it a little bit after.
That's
and it's
smart.
like the same effect.
Yeah. I'm gonna now just put a little bit of contour on your upper lip. It just kind of makes it look a little bigger in photos and on camera. This is actually something I do on Selma.
I always do the underlip.
Yeah.
I've never done on top though.
And on her sometimes we do this little trick with the chin. We just kind of darken it a little bit right in here. And then again, I'm just gonna buff and blend. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the La Mer concealer in medium and just brighten under her eyes a little bit. A little bit in the center of the forehead, around the nose, and just a little bit around the mouth. And again, just kind of buff everything off. So now I'm gonna use the La Mer Sheer Press Powder. This powder is amazing, and it has these little light reflective particles in it that just like act kind of like a blurring treatment. They just kind of like add like a filter.
Have you ever accidentally gotten foundation on a client's shirt? Because I did on a W magazine shoot, and it has haunted me for years.
One of my first big red carpets, I was doing Jessica Simpson for the Dukes of Hazzard LA premiere. I got body makeup on like her custom Narciso Rodriguez dress. We were like rushing to get out the door, and I got body makeup like all over the bottom of the dress, and she was so sweet. She just like was like, "Don't worry about it, it's fine, no one will see." Like I was like,
"Oh, that's so
oh my God, thank you."
I would have been like so relieved after that, because I did it on a W magazine shoot with a big model, and she was not happy. I joked that I was gonna buy a bib for my makeup kit and put bibs on people. But yeah, that was interesting. Did you guys see how she applied the powder? You also buffed the powder in.
Yes. Okay, so now I'm just filling in your brows. This is the Tom Ford Espresso.
I start from the top too.
You do?
Mm-hmm. I used to do the bottom first, but then I realized my brows were looking really harsh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I feel like if they're a little darker on the top, it looks a little more natural.
Like it forms the arch versus dragging the brow down, I guess.
Yes.
So when I fill in the arch first, I feel like then I only lightly feather the product in on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You probably switch up your style depending on red carpet versus photo versus camera. Ooh, look at that brow. I can never get my brows to look this good with those chiseled brow pencils. Like the ones that have that angled kind of point. These look so good.
So I'm gonna put a little bronzer.
I'm not gonna wash my face now for like 5 days.
I'm just gonna put a little bronzer under the cheeks. I always like to kind of go underneath and feather it up a little bit. And again, like the same places I contour, I put a little bit too. Okay, now I'm gonna curl her lashes. Actually, do you wanna do it?
Yeah.
Most people, if they know how to curl a lash, they are better at doing it themselves.
I usually offer, because it's a lot easier, I think, to curl your own than...
Exactly. Some people just are like, no, I don't know how, like...
I love this color eyeshadow.
It's pretty, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like having a good palette like this is great. And then they can buy an orange lipstick or a hot pink or a good nude and wear it with this, and you know, it goes with everything. This is a Smashbox mascara. It's called Full Exposure. I love it because it's just nice and light. It's just gonna kind of coat each lash. And this is a brand new mascara. I always, instead of like using wands, I just give each client their own mascara.
Oh, that's so nice. So much of the mascara is actually the brush itself.
Exactly. Like so many brands have like the best brush, or like, you know, that's like a part of, you know, the brush, and the actual product is what makes it great most of the time. Oh my God, your lashes are so long underneath.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say a lot of mascaras transfer underneath my eyes. FYI.
This one is really good at not doing that. Watch, I say that now, Will.
Yeah, I have like spider lower
They're
lashes.
So pretty.
They're so long.
Okay, now I'm gonna add a little bit of blush. I'm gonna mix a little bit of the Tom Ford Flush and Love Lust. Just gonna go with spring coming. I just love like a real bright cheek. It looks like healthy and glowy. And now I'm gonna take a little bit of highlight. This is Tom Ford. It is called Reflects Gilt. Add in that glow right on the top of the cheekbones. But I always like to get a little bit on the tip of the nose. And then I always really like to take a smaller brush and just get a little bit in like the highest point under the brow. And I like to add a little bit in the corner. I feel like it just makes the skin look like it's all glowing the same.
My eyes look like very like sultry but natural at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a little lip liner. This is Spice from MAC.
Such a good color.
I know, it's so great. I'm just gonna take a lip brush and kind of soften everything up. Tom Ford Smoke Sable is one of my favorite nudes.
Write it down, guys.
So good. So this is just my favorite like go-to fresh makeup look. It's easy. You can do it in like 10 minutes and head out the door. Nice and fresh and glowy. Perfect daytime makeup. You could pair it with any lipstick, whether it's a bright red, a nude, or a dark lip, or if you like gloss. Just perfect everyday look.
I would totally wear this out right now. It's so pretty. I love that the skin looks and feels really fresh because I feel like sometimes when you step out and you go a little overboard with your makeup,
yeah,
I don't know, it makes me a little self-conscious sometimes when I feel like I have too much on during the day.
Yeah.
As much as I love makeup, sometimes I just feel like during the day I'm like, and then you put your glasses on, then you get like the little...
Yeah, no, I feel like, you know, everybody just wants to look beautiful and fresh and, you know, I mean, I think that's what everybody wants and nothing too overdone for during the day, but you still want your makeup to look great.
You want to look good.
Yeah.
I get treated differently at Trader Joe's when I have my makeup done.
Of course. I get asked the question a lot, like, how do I freshen up my makeup after it's been on all day? Or, you know, because when we're on set all day or if we're on a music video and we have to change one look to another look without like wiping it all off and starting fresh, this is a great way to kind of rehydrate your makeup. So what I do is I like to take a little bit of the creme de la mer and I put it on the back of my hands. And I take my big powder brush and I like to rub it around on the back of my hand and get all the product into the bristles. And now I buff over everything.
This is also, I feel like, a really good reason to keep it light. It's really hard to touch up layers and layers of makeup. Wow.
And they look like
wow. I would never think or like dare to think to put more moisturizer or anything like that's crazy.
So I'm just gonna take off her lips since we're gonna show how to go into like a more evening look. Yeah, I don't think it would work with like a real, you know, heavy matte foundation, but with the La Mer foundation, this is a great trick.
Like I love the way my skin looks right now. And I have like little blemishes and stuff like that and they're just like, it looks all clean and pretty. So we're gonna transition this now into an evening look.
I'm gonna take a little bit more of the La Mer concealer. Okay, so now I'm gonna add a little bit more
contour.
Yep. Okay, so now I'm buffing on a little bit more of the soft fluid foundation. And again, I use beige and honey on her, a little bit of both. Those are my favorite two colors.
I love all these buffing techniques.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do, again, a little bit more. I'm big on like layering everything. And now I'm gonna powder, and again, with the sheer press powder. Look up.
I'm gonna try powdering my face like this next time. Oh yeah, I have really creasy under eyes.
Oh, no you don't.
You know, sometimes I think it's actually my fault. Like I add too much product in the eye area, that's why it creases.
Oh yeah, I mean sometimes if there's a little bit extra, it'll get like that. That's actually one thing I feel like people ask me a lot is how do I prevent, you know, the creasing under the eye, and making sure there's no product in those lines when you set it is such a big part of that because once you set it in there, it's in there. Okay, so now I'm gonna add a little bit of bronzer. Just kind of refreshing everything we did before. I'm gonna do a little bit of a darker eye. I always like to start with pencil first. So I'm gonna go real close to the lash line. I will rarely use black in my makeup unless I'm doing like a black liquid line or I'll get like black liquid like right in between the lashes to make the lash line look thicker. I'd rather use like a more of like a black brown pencil. I feel like it's just a little bit more of a softer look. So this is like a dark brown kind of shimmery powder. And I'm just gonna kind of like extend the line out a little bit, just kind of make it like a real smudgy, smoky line. And sometimes I'll just kind of like perfect that line a little bit, but since I'm just gonna like kind of smudge it around. I'm gonna just kind of like go in the crease. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the shadow. Again, get really close to the lash. I'm just gonna kind of take like a soft brown and like soften up all the edges.
On average, how many eyeshadows would you say that you use on looks?
I could be anywhere from like 3 to like, I don't know, 5 or 6.
So I feel like this is just like 2.
It's like 3 so far. Now I'm just gonna add like a little bit of like a glowy for right in the center. A little bit more mascara. So I just added a little bit of blush. I'm gonna add some more highlight again. This is MAC's Oh Honey lip pencil with the exact same lipstick that we used with the daytime look. It's called Smoke Sable. It just looks a lot different with a lighter pencil. It's just like a really great like true nude. But again, you can change it up, you know, depending. You can add a pinker lip pencil, you can add a browner one, a warmer one. The Naked lip gloss by Tom Ford. Center to kind of create a bigger mouth. So this is just like a really bronzy, beautiful evening look, easy to use. Just wanted to show you guys how I would transition from a daytime look into an evening look, but still all keeping it like really light and fresh.
Now we're gonna get into some of the questions that you guys sent in. So I'm just gonna kind of pick through 164 questions on Instagram. Okay, so this is actually a really good one.
By sunglasses from smudging the foundation on my cheeks and nose. I haven't found a powder to help.
It happens no matter what. Remember,
oh, like you mean like the little pads right
here? The little
here?
pads.
I don't know. I wish I could figure that out too.
Like when you have you had a client show up or like
yeah, they have like the marks.
Yeah. Do you have to remove it completely normally?
It's kind of like when people have a bra on before they're gonna wear something strapless. Like a, you know, it's more like a pressure thing that's causing a dent in your skin. So if you don't want to show up with those marks, I would suggest not wearing sunglasses.
It's really hard when I have really big events that are during the day. I actually opt to not wear sunglasses, and I know that's really bad.
There are some glasses that don't have those ones that make it so bad.
Something that I always do is I keep a foundation powder in my bag and like a really dense, almost like baby kabuki brush.
Yeah.
And I just like buff it out. What's more important to you, skincare or makeup?
I would probably have to say skincare. If the skin isn't hydrated or the skin is not in good shape, it's really hard to make your makeup look great. It's all about starting with a beautiful canvas, you know, hydrated skin. It's also, I'm really big on starting from the inside and drinking a lot of water, making sure you get a lot of sleep, exercising. I know you're a big exercise fan and eating healthy fan. So all of those things are very key elements into looking your best and, you know, having beautiful makeup and having good skin and being healthy.
Makeup will only do so much.
Yes.
You can cover texture, but the texture will still be there.
Yes.
What's the most common misperception of celebrity makeup artists you've encountered?
I would probably say that people think that it's this really glamorous life when you are in airports, on a bus, in a car. I feel like a lot of times also people think that we have like hours to get these clients ready.
Oh,
a lot of times like they have kids and they have things going on and they have lives and they need to take a nap sometimes, and it's like the hustle of like getting them ready in like 30 minutes and doing hair at the same time and
it's
nails
frantic.
And everything. It's very frantic. It's very stressful. It's a lot of anxiety.
I do agree. I think people think like even when I freelance that we have a long time. It's never the case. Do you have any advice for makeup artists looking to expand their client base?
When I was starting out, you assisted, and if you had talent, you know, you would somehow find your way into the business, whether you would like go into print or catalog or film or become like a TV makeup artist or red carpet, like whatever you kind of chose to do. Nowadays with Instagram and social media and stuff, I don't really know how to go about that. This is a very bad question for me.
No, I just feel like people should utilize their like Instagram. We had like the portfolio, like the paper portfolio.
You had a book that you'd send to different people.
Yeah, and now it's all digital. So your Instagram kind of like, I know so many artists who have like, you know, risen to the top from just like Instagram photos and stuff like that. So that's almost like your portfolio now.
It is absolutely your portfolio nowadays. It's just different now. It's just keep working.
It's a hustle.
Yeah, it is. And if this is what you love, just don't stop and, you know.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
Believe it. What is the product you find the most useful in your makeup kit?
My creme de la mer. I do so much with that cream. Like if that's the only skincare product I have, that's fine. Most of the time, that's all the time I have is to just like put some creme de la mer on their face, start their makeup, you know. Usually we only have about like 45 minutes to get somebody like head to toe ready. So, and I also will use it as a little bit of a highlighter. I'll take a little bit on my fingertips and warm it up and kind of like add it to the cheekbone, and it kind of adds the shine back into the skin and makes it look more like skin again.
I mean, like look at my skin right now.
Yeah, she's very glowy.
How does she prevent foundation from sinking into laugh lines? I always have a problem with that.
I've always had a problem with that too. I have like very deep lines right here, and I've always had these even when I was like in high school. And so I'm not a big primer user, but I know that there are primers that will help prevent with that. But I just feel like before you set your makeup with your powder, to make sure that there isn't any excess product in those lines or around the eyes, I always like to use like my ring finger and kind of warm it up and like pat the product out and then powder. Because if you're setting the cream or liquid foundation or whatever you're using with the powder, it's going to be harder to get
almost
out.
Like set the crease in the crease.
Yeah,
I've done that before.
You make sure it's out of those creases before you set it with powder.
Let's say one of your like go-to clients that you do all the time shows up.
Okay.
And she's like, oh my god, Mary, I used something last night and my face is covered in like a breakout. What's your way of tackling that?
I put a mask on them, like a hydrating facial mask. I love the La Mer ones. They come in like a sheet. There's a top and a bottom. You know, a little ice always helps. Like I'll take like an actual ice cube and like kind of like circle it over their face and like calm everything down. Helps with pimples.
Because of the inflammation, right?
Yeah, because of the inflammation. Oh, I love a jade roller.
Oh my god, I love my jade roller.
Yeah, those are great for like puffiness. Do you keep it in the
fridge?
Can get them cold, yeah. So those are great. Spoons are great for, you know, if you get like bags under the eyes. Green tea bags in ice water will help with inflammation under the eyes. Like hydrating serum if it's like a rash. La Mer cream, I'm a big fan of. It's like universal. It's like,
I mean, that's when I said
it's like put Windex on it. I don't know if that's a good thing. Like,
yeah, no, I know.
Yeah,
like
put La Mer on it.
Put La Mer on it. Like before getting super like into skincare, I just didn't know how to properly layer like exfoliants and physical exfoliants, chemical exfoliants, and like I said, like shave my stash or whatever. Yeah. And I would get like a burn, like an actual physical burn on my skin from like overworking it. And like La Mer would literally, like, I'm not just saying this because obviously like La Mer brought us together.
No, I'm not either. It really works.
It literally was like, I still remember being in New York for my first time ever, and I was so thankful I brought that little travel size, because I was like, I'm gonna bring this travel size cream because it's travel size. It was the only thing that went on my face and it didn't burn. Like, you know when you put skincare on and it feels like your skin's on fire?
Dry or dehydrated, and sometimes products can just like irritate it a little bit more, but it's
so soothing. Yeah. Favorite perfect nude lipstick?
Probably Tom Ford's Smoke Sable.
I wrote it down. Smoke Sable, guys.
I feel like it looks good on everybody, and it's just like the perfect nude.
What's the one I have on right now, right?
With the naked lip gloss over it.
It's so hard to find like a true nude. Why is it so hard?
I think just sometimes, you know, depending on people's different skin tones, whether you're warmer, I'm cooler, you know, things will go more orangey on me.
My lips tend to turn things kind of orangey.
Everybody's skin tone changes the color, but that one just seems to stay like a good true nude.
Sable. Perfect red.
My favorite is Tom Ford Flame. It's like a matte, little bit on the warmer side of a red.
We're gonna do a rapid fire round.
Okay.
Ready? Okay. Yeah. Cream highlighter or powder highlighter?
Powder.
Smoky eye or defined eye?
Smoky.
Strip lashes or individual lashes?
Individuals.
Bold lip or nude lip?
Nude.
Matte foundation or dewy foundation?
Dewy.
Cream contour or powder contour?
Cream.
Shimmery blush or matte blush?
I tend to like a matter blush. I like to add the glow in with like a highlighter after.
Oh. Liquid liner or pencil liner?
I'm more of a fan of a pencil, but I do love both.
If you only had 5 minutes to do your makeup, more time on the eyes or more time on a perfect lip color?
I would probably say like some sort of color on my lips. I have none in my lips, so I need like, I feel like a little something or I look dead.
So you would go like naked eyes?
Like a tinted moisturizer and like something on my lip.
I'm so happy that you came on my channel.
I'm so happy to have been on your channel.
And that you were willing to shoot in my little studio.
No, this is amazing. I've had so much fun here.
I keep calling it a small studio. It's like not small.
No, it's not small at all. And I've had so much fun like seeing what all goes into this stuff. This is no joke.
Could you start your own YouTube channel? Possibly? No.
I could never learn all this stuff. Somebody would have to like set it up. Yeah.
And that completes our video.
This was so much fun. I'm so happy.
Yeah, thank you so much.
To have done this with you.
Thank you for coming. Yeah. Thank you to La Mer again for bringing us together. This is like beyond, like, I couldn't even imagine you being on my channel. So thank you for coming. Thank you, La Mer. So much fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so sad this video has to come to an end.
I know, it was so fun.
But it's getting hot under here, so we gotta go. So as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it with everyone you know, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.
Bye guys.